You know how niggas be like, I'm this and that for life. This and that for life. I'm on this for life, nigga. This is blood oath. And yo, Matarai, they go class for you, my nigga. On 40 for the road. The world turned its back open. I'm a criminal. We got soldiers, he got soldiers, but I got different ones. Ain't no way out, I tell you what. Don't pray for nothing, send the curse. We can't forgive what's forbidden. Remain in the trenches. Trust in the Lord, oh please forgive me for the time that I did and bring his giving. Have no respect to your oppressor. Be motion to say this loyalty, damn citizen. Trying to pick up with a blind friend. They said they'll be many matches. I'm just grinding for my time share. The devils and class they hunching like bad pepper. But ain't no getting out the game that you punching. You take that offense a gun dick. They try to deal death to a priest. You won't make it out here working, so you can stay. Just make sure you got the heart. Say your name 3 times and it's death to us heart. So how you feel about this truth I done shown? This ain't it like you think that nigga I should want. Even your own people on this show. And I know I said they hate you for my days. And you better keep it on. Ain't no more guessing, ain't no more questions. Make sure my election till I'm tucked away like George Jett. Murder for capital knives, murder at the Capitol. The world is amazing, we like fuck a rage. I pity those watching life as it goes by. Be giving mercy in this life, I don't know why. It comes smoke, never try to. The dead on my brother be the dead, so I don't even phone no salute, my nigga. Salute, my nigga. Like how you say focus, I told him I'm motivated cause of you, my nigga. Brotherhoods and weapons, still got weapons on the seat. And I never do my niggas like Bishop did right here. Never mind y'all beliefs, they under MC. Shorty said she leaving, said she wanna let that love go. But I let that love go. But if I bring you to my bed, that's a blood. So, how you feel about this truth out of show? This ain't the like you think, nigga. I should want even your own people on this show. And the Lord said they hate you for my name, so you better keep it on. Take that.
On clap it up. Isupk, start out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Understand, we've been teaching the truth since 1969. Understand, we've been teaching this truth in the midst of hell, man, here in America and all over the world since 1969, man. It is the Isupk job to teach every Black, Hispanic, Native American the truth about their heritage. All right? I'm filling in right now for Officer Daniel Allah. All right, my name is Nakar, Officer 500, stationed here in Philadelphia. It's the Isupk Biblical Law class. All right, we're gonna be dropping some jewels tonight, man. And one thing that the topic of tonight will be, you understand, that we are at war. You understand, we are at war. This is something that I had to teach again because I had a conversation, right? Had a conversation, Salaki, the John, got it, probably sure. You probably can just zoom it in, that'd probably be better. So, all right, so I get in the lift, right, about the night, you know what I mean? After what, always after what, I'm in the lift, right? Now, you know, it's morning time, so I'm trying to go to the gym. And, you know, going to the gym, right? You know, trying to stay in shape. You know what I mean? Shout out to Officer Ryan, five stacks, man, out there in Chicago. You know what I mean? Motivating brothers and sisters to stay in shape, you know. So I'm on my way to the gym, right? Early in the morning, I gotta go slave. So, you know, man, just having the spirit of, man, trying to help people and try to, you know, just teaching, you know, loving your people, like the Lord wants us to. Man, I'm in the lift. Sister had on TD Jakes. When I say my blood pressure went up to the roof, I'm like, TD Jakes. I'm like, yeah, man, you know, I teach the Bible. So eventually, you know, when you say you're a Hebrew Israelite, a lot of times people was gonna shine a light down on you, or they're gonna big you up. Oh yeah, man. I heard about that, man. It's a lot of truth with that. So, you know, this sister was more so she was trying to hear me out. She was like a diehard Christian, and you know, I'm giving the whole rundown and all that what's going on, and she said, "Well, you don't teach on love." I'm like, "This is love." You understand? Knowing the Bible and the truth about it. I'm like, don't you know that we are at war with these other people?
Right.
And she couldn't accept it. You know, she was talking about no Satan. We gotta forgive those people. I'm like, well, the Lord said we have enemies. Our enemies are Satan. No, it's not. Right. It said that we were sold into our enemies. You gotta explain that. So we were sold into Satan, or was we sold, you understand, into people that the Lord said he will also send after us.
Right.
You understand? And they shall destroy us. Have a yoke of iron upon our necks. Did Satan do that physically, or was it the hand of the white man and the Africans? You understand? And the Arabs. You understand? And then the Chinese had invested some money in that too. They had some dealings with the slave trade too, right? I believe so.
I believe I heard that before.
Chinese people, well, them Asians always got their hand in the sun. Don't never think that they don't got no slave money. They got sun. You understand? But the you know what I mean, to get back to it, man, the sister really couldn't comprehend. She kept saying that, yeah, you gotta forgive them, I'm like, we ain't getting no justice yet. I'm like, what you think Christ is coming back for? For hugs and kisses? It's not it. Tonight, man, we're going to be going over, you know, how to understand that we are at war, the times that we're in, man, and what we need to do to, you understand, prepare for Christ coming back. Don't be bedazzled by what the Christian church is going to be teaching you. You know what I mean? The Christian church is going to teach you pure foolery. You'll be walking around here thinking that you got to love white people and these Africans, you understand, and loving these Asians and loving all these other nations, you understand? And before you know it, you're going to be on the other end of that white man gun. You understand? Right. They're going to be calling the cops on you. You going to hear that your family member got gunned down by a police officer that's white. Because you choose to serve, in other words, you choose to serve another God. When you don't want to understand that we are at war, you serve another God.
Right.
Because the God of the Bible, he tells you to prepare for slaughter, man. Prepare for slaughter. So this God that Christianity, Islam, and all these other so-called religions, they're making you go against God and you're serving another God. Right. All right? But we're going to start off with one thing, man. You know, give me Romans 12 and 2. We're going to start off right there.
Right.
All right? Let's get it right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This is the book of Romans 12 and verse 2.
You said, where you at?
This is the book of Romans, chapter 12 and verse 2.
Book of Romans, chapter 12 and verse 2. Let's get it.
And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
What's on Christ? What's going on, brother? How you doing? See, you got the princess with you?
Yep.
And what's your name, brother?
Kala, King.
Kala?
Yep.
All right. This your first time coming to class, brother?
No, I'm coming occasionally.
All right, any question you have, man, you know, I'll answer to the best of my abilities. If I don't, I'll make sure that Monday or tomorrow I get the answer for you, all right? All right. Go ahead, brother. We had, you need a Bible?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, Bubba Kashaw, Officer Ashwa, can you hand the brother a Bible? Is right behind you up top. All right. We're gonna wait for the brother to get with us. All right, and brothers, man, we talking about understanding that you are at war. You understand? Every Black, Hispanic, Native American is at war as we speak. When you look into history, what happened during the 80s? It was the surge of pouring crack cocaine into our communities. We don't own none of those boats, none of those airplanes. You understand? How in the world did it get into our communities as vast as it did?
Right.
And they put this information out. You understand? The CIA admitted to them having a hand in pouring drugs into our communities. You want to know what they did? They threw us in jail. They didn't give us no safe havens. They didn't have no mercy on us. They said it's a war on drugs. They threw Blacks, Hispanic, Native Americans in jail for selling it and using it. And also, they used those same drugs to throw innocent people into prison. There's already how many police cases has been overturned? You understand? When these police cases been overturned, you understand where it said that the police officer was lying. He threw thousands of people in prison for planting drugs on them. You know what I mean? If you're a Black man, Hispanic, Native American man in the hood, we all know this too well. Because you can get stopped by the police, and guess what? You know that one, they can take my life. They can sit up there and plant some guns or drugs on me. You understand? Right. And another one, they just harassing you. You understand? I've been harassed since I was a teenager from police officers. You understand? So even understanding the police brutality, just the systematic hatred that they have against us, we need to understand that we at war. We at the book of Romans chapter 12 and verse 2. You know how to get there? In the Bible? Yeah. All right. Officer Ashawat? Abaraya, can you help him get there? Above the show? Show him how to get there? All right. But man, we are at war, man. And what we truly need to understand that this Bible is going to help us win this war that we in, man. This Bible, you understand, is going to make sure that we serving the Lord and having the most perfect defense and the great offense that this world ever seen. You got what I asked for, brother? About it, yeah?
Oh, come.
You got me?
This is book of Romans 12, verse 2.
Uh-huh.
And be not conformed to this world.
Be not conformed to this world, man. When you look into the world, like Officer Ashtawat, you understand, we're just teaching. All right? Teaching on that brotherhood. And we were speaking on the Matrix. Know that the Matrix is a very symbolic movie, you understand, of understanding the world. Being stuck in the Matrix, meaning that you're in the world. When you're no longer being conformed to the world, just picture yourself, you understand, the same journey that Neo had, that you was able to witness. You understand, when he realized something was up, you know, this reality, it don't seem legit. You understand, being in the world is not legit. When you getting high, you having sex with multiple people and just throwing them away, doing you know, hating your brother and your sister. You understand? Our sisters dressing unmodest. You understand? Selling drugs to one another. That's not real reality. That's not real. That's of the world. Being of the world is what the Lord do not want you to be.
Right.
He said, I hate the world. But everybody try to say he loves everything. You understand? Even the pebbles in the crevice of the streets. He just love everything. That's a lie, man. The Lord said what?
Of God. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
Man, when you come into these classes, you come into any class of the ISUK, man, you're learning how to transform your mind.
Right.
You're transforming your mind from being in the world, doing all the wickedness that you did in the world, into becoming a new person, being reborn. You know, this is what Christ was meaning by you must be reborn. You understand? Not going back into your mother's womb, but literally you starting over and getting a clean slate. You know what I mean? The Lord winking at your ignorance and the evil that you did.
Right.
Once you come into these classes, man, the Lord is giving you a clean slate. The Lord said, I choose you. You don't choose me. You understand? And he gives you a choice. Just the same way Neo had. You either going to take what pill are you going to take? You understand? You either going to want to choose to stay in the matrix, meaning continue in sin, or you're going to take this pill that's going to get you out the world. You're going to follow what the priests and the prophets got to lay down to you. You understand? And that's what the Lord requires. You understand? Being in war, man, you got to understand. Why you think every soldier, you understand? Every soldier got to be taught how to fight, learning commands. You understand? Rules and regulations. This goes for every brother and sister. You understand? Sisters, you're not supposed to be soldiers. We not the white man in here. We ain't gonna tell you to go boot up, you know what I mean? Go look like G.I. Jane, you know what I'm saying? Have you been all manly and all that? No. But you're gonna help the Lord's army. You're gonna help raise up this nation. So you're gonna have to go through the same training. You're gonna have to renew your mind. So guess what you're going to have to do? You're going to have to learn how to be a woman of the Lord, a daughter of Zion. You got something to say?
If I could too, what you bring out is heavy, and what you were saying about even with like our community and dealing with like drugs and all that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because like I watch a lot of TV, you know what I'm saying, different shows and different things like that. It's like anytime you want a person to fall into like a worse state, what they do is they try to get you hooked on drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, oh, we get this woman hooked on heroin. She gonna need to come back to some drugs, so because she got this dependency. You see what I'm saying? And then here, you know what I'm saying? Like you break it out, like you try to go to war. You can't go to war with your soldiers having those type of dependencies, because then if you need something like that, it's gonna be easy to pick you apart or to pick you off and separate you from everybody else. Like, look, they'll let you do that over there. Look, we gonna let you do it over here. Like Satan offering Christ the world. You see what I'm saying? Like you gonna be able to have anything you want, but you can't follow what you've been doing. You gotta abandon this mission.
Let me, if I could, right? Not to cut you off, but what you were saying was heavy. When we went to war in Israel, when we won on wars, everybody was at the tip top of their game when it came to the Lord. We follow these laws, statutes, and commands. You understand? Man, listen, let me tell you. I heard so many people give so many claims to this Bible. They try to say, "Oh, it's oppression. It's you can't do what you want to do. It's a religion." Like one brother or sister, your way of life is not going to help raise up these people.
Right.
You understand? Because there's people that try to do way more effort than whatever you try to do,
Right.
and it doesn't work. I'm seeing the Bible work firsthand. I'm going to listen to what the Lord say.
Right.
You understand? I'm going to serve the Lord of the Israelites. I'm going to serve the nigga God. You understand? I'm going to put down the pork. I'm going to put down, if I got to put down them illegal guns, I'm going to put them down. I'm going to put down the weed. I'm going to start selling drugs. I'm going to stop prostituting women. You understand? I'm going to stop doing all the evil so that I can help my people. Because the Lord wants you. A lot of people don't understand this, right? If you're a parent, brother, I know you're a parent, clearly. You know what I mean? Got Princess back there. Let me tell y'all something. Don't be the parent that say, don't do what I do.
Right.
Do better. That is the worst thing that a parent can say to their child. Because now you suffer your children a wrath because you're not teaching them how to be dignified in the Lord's eyes. You understand? Like, I know me and my wife, we're going to teach our children how to be perfect.
Right.
And the only thing that we say in that type of stance is do better than us. Meaning, okay, you see what we're doing? Do more. That's what every officer and every captain and general says to a man that's under them. All right, do more. Be better than me in the sense of, okay, I'm a leader. You see what I'm doing? Do more. Take the ball. You see how I'm running one camp? Negro, run 10 camps if you could.
Right.
Because what happened if that brother was running 10 camps? You know, Officer Yediah would do it if you let him. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get more for the Lord. You understand? So when we're being dedicated and renewing our mind, we're able to help other people. And that's what the Lord requires. All right? Give me Deuteronomy 7:6. I want to hit some of these basics. You understand? So y'all can have this in your notes. You understand? Understanding who you are. We are the Isupk, man. We're here to give you your identity. You understand? Like I was telling that sister, I said, the Christian church is not teaching you your identity. If I ask anybody in that church what their identity is, what tribe they from, they are never going to tell me what tribe they from. They're never going to tell me their nationality. They're going to tell me African American, black. They even going to add a religious stamp on it. But here in Isupk, man, we teach all blacks, Hispanic, Native Americans who they are according to the Lord in this Bible. Go ahead.
If I could too, you know what I'm saying? If I could bring out the heavy thing about what you were saying is it's like, when you speak about, you know what I'm saying, going to war, whether it's with yourself or, you know what I'm saying, with our oppressor or the things that attack our people, like, you gotta go to war with drug dealing, you gotta go to war with abortion, you gotta go to war with, you know what I'm saying, that's just being wicked as a people. It's like, when you take a brother out of the world, you know what I'm saying, the scriptures even tell you, like, some people, they raise up a student and he become twice as child as hell as a teacher. You see what I'm saying? And that's what's going on in these churches. That's what's going on in the streets. You take somebody, you teach it, and you make them worse than you. You see what I'm saying? But in here, it's like you take a brother and you try to make him, you know what I'm saying, be on the same level you want to even do better than you. You know what I'm saying? Like people are trying to, and I remember when I first came in here, I think General Muhammad was talking about it. He was like, we're not in here to be overcharging you and rule over you there. We're here to raise you up. You know what I'm saying? So you could be in charge. You see what I'm saying? I got a precept there.
Go ahead, do your thing. Do your thing, right?
This is the book of 2 Kings, chapter 2, verse 9. It says, and it came to pass when they were gone over that Elijah said unto Elisha, ask what I shall do for thee before I be taken away from thee. So if I could, you know what I'm saying? He asked him, like, yo, I'm about to leave soon. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you want me to do for you? And he's the one who's in charge. This is Elijah asking Elisha. You know what I'm saying? And it says, and Elisha said, I pray thee, let a double portion of thy spirit be upon thee. You know what I'm saying? So we asked, like, look, let me get double of what you got. You know what I'm saying? Let me get double of the spirit you got. Because he's looking at the brother, you know what I'm saying? And he's like, you know, I'm seeing how much, you know what I'm saying, righteousness and spiritual power you got. Like, if you about to leave, let me get a double of that. Right. And instead of him looking at him like he was asking, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is what he said.
Let me hold on real quick, because what you said, it was pretty much you hit the nail on the coffin. Let me tell you something. When you are in this truth, right? When I'm saying about can somebody help him out? Hey, sis, you good. Don't worry about it. Like, when you in this truth, right? You're gonna start learning about the history of the school. Commander General Yohana knew that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are at war. He studied, you understand, under the men over him, right? To the point where he understood perfectly on how to fight this war. and he took what was given to him, and now look at the school now.
Right.
Because he took something from the men that raised him up and expanded it. And that's what every brother should understand that's coming into this truth or that's in it. You know, but with that being said, somebody give me Deuteronomy 7:6. Anybody give me Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 6. Go ahead.
If I could finish on that point real quick. I got the scripture too.
All right, go ahead.
This is 2 Kings 9 and 10. You know, he asked him for a double of his spirit. You know what I'm saying? And he said, verse 10 it says, and he said, thou hast asked a hard thing. Nevertheless, if thou see me when I am taken from thee, it shall be so unto thee. But if not, it shall not be so. But if I could, you know what I'm saying? It's just the willingness to even say, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I go, okay, that's what you asked. You asked for something hard because, you know what I'm saying? You see where I'm at with it, but at the same time, look, if this happens, you gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? So in here, we raising brothers up to be on the same level, not to be a lot of people that got that, we're not gonna listen to man that said the third. It's like, bro, you gotta learn to follow before you can learn to lead.
Look, yo, people want to fight. You understand? A lot of people, you know what I mean? Just a quick sidebar, you know what I mean, before we get into the scripture. You know what I mean? A lot of fake Israelites, you understand, think that they know the truth, right? They think that they in the truth. I was just saying this yesterday, and a lot of people like what I said, but they didn't understand what I really meant. Now, I told them, I said, yeah, like, everybody is not in the truth. You know what I'm saying? Don't think that just because you know you're an Israelite, you're in the truth. You gotta be, it's like, people gotta understand that this is a cultural book.
Right.
You can't just pick it up and say, oh, I'm in the truth. No, you gotta be taught, you gotta, like, you have to be taught correctly. You gotta be doing things that is lining up with the scriptures. Being that one body, man, understanding that we are at war, that should let you understand that we supposed to come together. And somebody that want to not follow orders, that's the person that you want to watch. Because that person is not trustworthy. They don't want to take orders,
Right.
but they want to be an Israelite. But you can't take orders. You can't take correction. You understand? This ain't for you. You know what I'm saying? Hold your peace. I need the scripture. Bubba Shaw, Deuteronomy 7:6.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Listen, man, the Lord said that we are holy people. You understand? Being a holy people is meaning, hey, Salakia, is that they got a hole on the top of it, of the hat? Because if it don't, you can't have it on because a man not supposed to have his head covered. It's all good, brother. You know, it's all good. You know what I mean? So, you know, the Lord chose us to be a special people, right? A holy people. All right? This is in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6. You got to understand that you're a special people. You got to understand your position in this world. You understand the cards that you've been dealt. You read from the top again?
Come. Deuteronomy 7:6.
Uh-huh.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Yeah, we are holy people, meaning a separate people. You can look at this in Leviticus 20 and 26. I'm going to go grab it. You know, I'm going to go grab it. Leviticus 20 and 26. You know what I mean? So, you know, precept upon precept, line upon line. All right? And if you find yourself in a battle with some Christian, you know, Deuteronomy 7 and 6 and Leviticus 20 and 26. All right? This is Leviticus chapter 20 and verse 26. And ye shall be holy unto me, for I am the Lord, am holy, and have severed you from other people. So, what does it mean to be severed? I'm going to ask the class. Anybody know what it means to be severed? What does the word severed mean? Severed. Brother in the back? About I know you know. Brother in the back, what does the word sever mean?
Like cut, to be cut, and
Yeah.
certain way.
Yeah.
Cut in half.
Yeah, you sever meaning that you're cutting something off, right? So it says, I, the Lord, am holy. You understand? He's a separate God, right? And it says, and have severed you from other people. So what do that mean? What do that mean? Sister, what does it mean that he has severed us from other people?
Set us apart.
Speak up a little bit.
Set us apart.
Set us apart. We really don't want to use that term in here because fake Israelites and took it and ran with it, and Christians too. You know what I'm saying? So give me a better way of saying that.
Cut us off from the world.
Cut us off from not the world, but we not going to, yes, the world, but I'm trying to get it so everybody understands. The Lord cut us off from what?
Well, I believe we're the only people with the law. So he cut us off from the heathens.
The heathens. Let's give her a hand. That's definitely right. You understand? But to really stamp that, what she just said, the Lord cut us off from other people. All right? Our forefathers was given a covenant. You understand? And no other nation is in this Bible getting prophecies, getting any type of real blessings from the Lord. You understand? Ain't nobody else was getting it. No prophets came from any other nations,
Right.
but the tribes of Israel. Meaning, the number one thing that a lot of people, our people gotta understand, our position in this world. See, you ain't gonna understand that we at war, really, with all these other nations, if you don't really understand your position
Right.
and who the Lord chose, that the Lord chose you. Because guess what? You just gonna sit back and be like, oh yeah, the government is at this. No, you gotta understand that everybody is against us.
Right.
And we got no picks for nobody. It's either Israel or nobody. You understand? It's us against the world. What G Money say? All we got is us. All we got is us. You alright, mamas? You alright, mamas? Yeah, if you need some time, you can go ahead in the back. I mean, take her in the back real quick. You know what I mean? Straighten her up. She probably need, you know what I mean, a little walk on. You know how the kids be. You know what I mean? Can you make sure they cool, Bubba Bashar? Make sure everything's up. You understand? But yeah, man. You know, the Lord chose us to be a special people. And it says in Leviticus 20 and 26 that he has severed us from other people. And to continue to read, it says that ye should be mine. So give me Deuteronomy 7 and 6.
Oh God.
Water.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6.
Uh-huh.
For thou art an holy people
Uh-huh.
unto the Lord thy God.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself,
Yeah.
above all people.
Above all who?
People.
Above all people, man. To be above all people. Y'all, listen, this ain't my words, man. This ain't my words. I'm not making this up. I ain't going to try to treat you like a sucker. None of that. This is the truth. It's in the Bible.
Right.
You understand? He chose us to be a special people above all nations, man. So understand that. Have that embedded in your brain. You understand? Well, let's get down to the nitty gritty, man. You know, we at war. All right, give me Habakkuk 2 and 12. All right, Habakkuk is a very small book in the Bible. You understand? Sister is in the Old Testament, right before you get to the New, right? It's in the Old Testament. You might want to hit like I said, it's a small book. So you might want to hit the table of contents to get the right page. But it's a very heavy book, like every other book. You understand? And I remember my times as a trooper, I was just going through the scriptures. And I don't know how I came across it, but when I seen it, I said, yo, clearly I was supposed to see this. And it's a clear cut to whatever people try to say out their mouth, man. You understand? Let me tell y'all something. Y'all better stay strong on this truth. Y'all better stand up strong. You know, and put bass in your voice and everything. However you got come across, you understand? Make sure you don't lose in that discussion.
Right.
I'm not losing. Like really, I'm from the streets. I'm from the streets of Southwest Philadelphia. Before all the guns and all that was really going into play, you understand? You had to really have some heart. And this truth in me is like this. Because I understand being a warrior, really standing for this truth, really standing for your nation, standing 10 toes down, not having no fear. You understand? Coming into this truth, man, I ain't gonna lie. I used to actually have fear for my life. And I let the Lord, how they say, take the wheel. I said, look, Lord, listen, I'm all yours. Lord, take away all that fear, man. What the scripture say? It said, you know, don't walk in fear. You understand? Have a sound mind. That's what the Lord requires of us, man. Don't walk in no fear. Gotta be strong. The Lord wants you to be a soldier, man. You understand? You sisters, ain't nobody telling you to, you know what I mean, put the boots on and all that. But you still gotta have that warrior spirit within yourself. Because you were at war too. Right. You understand? There was a time, sisters, where we was on them plantations, man. That's why the Lord wants you to be with a man, and he trained men to be soldiers, man. Right. You understand? I'm tired of hearing this Christian church trying to talk all this sweet, soft, felt stuff, man. You gotta be a soldier. A man gotta be in control of his house. You understand? If a man can't control his house, what good are you gonna do on the battlefield? When it's time to go against principalities and demons, you understand? He can't even control his own woman and his own kids. You understand? Giving y'all something to really understand. You understand? You gotta be very serious with this. I had you holding the scripture.
Okay.
What you was holding?
Habakkuk 2 and
Habakkuk 2 and 12, right?
2 and 12.
All right, you got it, sis? Habakkuk 2 and 12, right? All right, let's get it. Go ahead.
Okay. This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 12.
Uh-huh.
Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood.
Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood. Sister, what does woe mean? Take a shot. What does it mean? It said, woe to them that buildeth a town with blood.
Shame.
Nope. I give you 2 more tries. Whoa, think about it. Think about the topic that we speaking on tonight. Let's keep it in the class. Right? Woe, right? To those that build a city with blood. Right? That's what it say, right? Read it from the top again.
Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood.
And what else is on there?
Establish a city by iniquity.
By iniquity. Iniquity is sin, evil doing. Right? Straight up evil. Right? Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood and iniquity. What would what does woe mean? Keep it in the context in the class. You understand the grand plan of the Lord's. Huh? Say again? You gotta speak up. I can't hear you. Death. Get right here. You understand? Death. punishment. You understand? Who buildeth a town with blood and iniquity? Somebody in the class answer for me? Let me show. Bob, you want to answer?
Esau.
Esau? All right. You damn right. Let's give him a hand. You know what I mean? Esau, the so-called white man. You understand that the Bible speaks of, man. They sat up there, came over here to the Americas, came and conquered land with blood and evil. We all know the evils that they done. Shall we go down the line of it? Rape, murder, stole everything from us, man. Everything from the blacks, Hispanic, Native Americans, man. Took everything and then sold us all around the world. Scattered us abroad, man. For money. We was the first, you understand? We was the first stock. You understand? We was that stock that was sold on the stock market. You understand? Like straight up. Here in Philadelphia, you go down Pennsylvania, go look at some of the landmarks that they got down there. They'll tell you, yeah, we used to sell slaves down here. So many black people are so hyped to celebrate these holidays and all that. Don't you know that is a slap in your face? Everybody gonna go crazy for 4th of July. The Declaration of Independence was signed here. And guess what? Black people were still in slavery. No white man partied, got drunk, and later raped black women. You understand? You know what white people do when they get drunk and party and all that? They want to have sex and they want to murder. That's what they do. You understand? But we go out and go celebrate that. We go throw on a whole, I seen people wear a whole American flag. Like, they got the shorts, the tank top. Come on, y'all see it in your head. They got the hat on. You just know. What's on the curse? What? Don't say nothing. Don't you say nothing. She be like, how you gonna talk about me drinking coffee in the middle of the day when you drinking coffee? You know, but, you know, sister, if you could, give me Deuteronomy chapter 28 and 48. All right. Hey, Ozai, everything Tawad back there? Is everybody able to come back out here? All right, no sweat. All right. Let me know when you got it. Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 48. All right. And if you could, when you read this, I know you got a soft voice. You know, you might want to move up in the front. If you could, you know what I mean? Most High Christ. All right. You can go ahead. Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 48.
Therefore shalt thou serve
Hold
thine
on.
enemies.
All right. So look, that's how we're gonna start. Anytime you read a scripture, all right, you're gonna say the book, the chapter, and the verse that you're starting off. All right. So it'll be the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 48. All right. All right.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 48.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
Listen, now y'all hear it says, therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies. Hey, y'all bought on y'all? Don't even worry about it. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna hold off for that. I actually kind of need you back on the read if you could. All right. You're gonna pick up from where she at. All right. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 48. All right.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 48.
Uh-huh.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
Yes, man. We're gonna serve our enemies now. When I told this Christian woman this, you understand? When I told this, it's like that. All right. So when I was talking to this Christian woman, Of course, you know she a sister. But I wouldn't be even wasting my breath if she wasn't a sister. You understand? Because these laws, statutes, and commands don't. Only time they're gonna have to go by this is when we're ruling over them. We ain't gonna be playing all that, eating pork and Buddha and all that. The hell with that. You ain't serving none of those little African gods, little kunta. You understand? You're gonna be celebrating all our holidays. You're gonna be worshiping the Negro God, the Hispanic, the so-called Negro, Hispanic, and Native American God. You ain't gonna be doing all that weird stuff. And you ain't gonna be up there following our cows neither. Get your face out of our cows. Don't put your face in our cows behind. Y'all know Africans, they put their face in the cows behind. You understand? They're gonna be clean. They're gonna wash up 4 times a day. You understand? They're gonna make sure they smell good. We ain't dealing with that. You understand? Israel, we clean people. Right? But man, it said that we would serve thy enemies. Let's keep going.
From God.
Uh-huh.
Which the Lord shall send against thee.
Now, this Christian woman gonna say that, oh, this is talking about, but Satan controls them. But we were sold into our enemies. So how can you ever fix your lips to say that it's just Satan? Your Christianity makes you serve with love for your enemy.
Right.
You're gonna love your enemy. You're gonna love white people to the point where you'll go against what the Lord said. We will serve thy enemies. What did we do when we came here in Americas and everywhere else where blacks, Hispanic, Native Americans would ship or conquer that? We serve a people. Let's read more as people don't understand it. Let's go.
And hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things.
Of wanting all things. That sounds like us. We need our oppressors for everything. Down to toilet paper, down to water. You understand? Diapers. We got to make sure we got to go to the white man for diapers. You understand? You want your gas on in your house? You got to go to the white man. You understand? You want clothes? 9 out of 10, you're going to a white man establishment. You understand? You want to eat? Ain't too many black people and Hispanic Native Americans is controlling the meat department and the agriculture department here in America. The white man. That's how you know that you're under a people, that you're serving your enemies.
Right. We
We serve their machine, their system. We're not serving ours. You understand? Let's keep going.
of God. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
So, okay, I guess we don't put white people, we don't charge white people for putting that yoke of iron upon our neck. I guess not, huh, Officer Watt? Officer Watt. I think that we ain't supposed to charge them for doing what they did. They put the yoke of iron on our neck. Oh, well, Satan did it. Yeah, Satan controls all that. But it was their decision to make. You understand? If you could. I mean, Satan's job is to keep to do what the Lord said to do. To push you through the fire. You understand? To test you, see where your heart is at. And to get certain things done. Satan gets his hands dirty for the Lord. You understand? That's Satan's job. So you can't sit up there and say, "Oh, it was all Satan's fault." No, white people was the one that was doing those crimes. The same way, what? I guess that we can't do wrong, right? I mean, I guess that we shouldn't have been punished, right? It was Satan, right? The Lord should never punished us, right? The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, shouldn't apply to us. We should be cool. Because guess what? It was Satan. We just gonna blame him on Satan. The hell with that. Don't ever sit up there and walk around with that mindset. You walk around with that mindset, prepare for the worst.
Right.
You understand? Prepare for the worst. You understand? Keep reading.
Okay. Until he have destroyed thee.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far.
Listen, I thought that it was just Satan. We gotta charge Satan to the game, right? Lies. We gotta charge white people to the game. We gotta charge them. They gotta be charged for what they done. Because it was a nation that was sent against us from afar. You dig? Let's keep going.
So as swift from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth.
Now we all know that every white nation that ever lived, they always had what? An eagle as their bird. You know, symbolically saying that we are the top predator of the wild. Because the eagle can take down some of the biggest animals in the world.
Right.
You understand? They're quiet. They can fly up the highest. They see damn near everything. You understand? But let me give y'all a little knowledge too. The owl. You know something about the owl? In their science and their culture and religions, the owl neck turning around 360 degrees of knowledge. I know y'all heard about this stuff, right? I'm pretty sure everybody done read about the Illuminati and Freemasons and all that, right? The owl being able to turn his head around and all that. But the top predator at night is the owl. To show you how conniving white people are. That's the bird that America stamps on, right? And you look into all that fraternity stuff that they got going on. And on the Bohemian Grove, you got a large giant owl that they set on fire and all that. That's what they get down with. You know, that's how they get down. That's their thing. You know, you're going to do your research, you'll see it. You'll see an owl, some eagles pop up, you know what I'm saying, some homosexuality, you know what I mean? Because what? They took after the Egyptians, right? And these were the Greeks. You know that they come from the Grecians, the Greeks, and the Romans. It was all homosexuals. You see that America does what? They represent. When you look at the back of a dollar bill, it has ancient Rome, that bird, right? That eagle, that's ancient Rome. And that pyramid is ancient Egypt. They're telling you who they are. You understand? They telling you who they are. We Masonic, free Masonic people. You understand? We establish this with ancient Egypt, Egyptian customs, meaning that the Freemasonry, right? And they follow Roman and Grecian traditions.
Right.
You look at Valentine's Day. You know about the truth about Valentine's Day? Brother in the back, go ahead.
I heard that they used to slap each other with chickens or something like that.
I don't think they slap each other with chicken. Let me see. We just went over that. Let's see if I can pull up a brief about it. Pull up a brief. Lupercalia, all right, it's a pagan love festival. It governs lust, drunkenness, fertility. It's a fraternal goddess, adultery, rape, all right, sex with minors, sexual orgies, homosexuality, and all types of other fornication. All right, and this is, they have like a festival, right? And the whole heart, right? The whole heart symbol, that's a Roman symbol. Well, it was a symbol of for the sailors, you know, the pirates and all that. You know, the white people was like they really got down with whorehouses, and the heart symbol was actually supposed to represent a woman's buttocks, right? The top of the buttocks, right? And the legs coming down. You understand what I'm saying? Like you're like it's a woman's behind and then the legs going down. And that was what men knew, like, oh, this is a whorehouse. Come on, y'all. We can bring all the money that you got. We about to go do all manners of evil. All right? You know what I mean? And buy you good. You good money. All right? So understanding that even Valentine's Day just being a Roman custom that was full of lust and homosexuality, right, and rape. Easter, okay. America took at the birthdays and all of that. That was all. When you do the real research, like we have classes on it online, right? Our enemy is making us celebrate their holidays, which is pure evil. And guess what? In Psalms chapter 183. Psalms chapter 83, it says that these people have taken crafty counsel against thy hidden ones, of the Lord's chosen. Meaning that these people know, yo, if we keep these people in sin, yo, we can continue winning this war with them. But you want to know what happened? When you stop, when you understand that you are at war and you start doing what the Lord said to do, guess what? The Lord said that the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. You can't go out in the streets with a gun and thinking that you want to change something. America got all the guns in the world. They're the strongest military on the face of the earth. You understand? So you got to be, this is a spiritual warfare.
Right.
You start selling drugs altogether. If every Black, Hispanic, Native American took the orders from the Isupk for 1 month, it won't be nobody getting put in jail. You won't see women getting beat on from their husband. You will see men not being on child support. Black men, Hispanic, Native American men ain't going, like, you're not filling up the jail cell for 1 month. Imagine what we can do in 1 year. That 1 year, we will crumble our enemies to the point where they begging us, yo, please listen, we'll do whatever you want to do. They might just commit war. They just might say, yo, we going to war with y'all. What the hell y'all doing? Y'all a hate group. Why y'all separating from us? Why y'all doing this? You ain't doing no crimes and all that, because they know, our enemies know if they keep us in sin. You can read this in the book, Psalms chapter 83, right? It's a prayer that we send up to the Lord. And we're telling the Lord, listen, we know these people is coming against us. When you read through this Bible, nations knew how to destroy us. When they serving a God, don't mess with them. Please do not mess with them. Read about the book of Judas Maccabees and what they did to the Greeks. That's why they took it out the Bible, the Apocrypha. Make sure you get this if you don't got it. You understand? They sat up there and took that book out. You want to know why? Because they knew if we keep this book, like it was talking about how we felt about white people and us going to war with white people. And it corresponds with the history books. They trying to wipe us out, saying that that the barbarians was white. No, that was black people that got back at those Romans for doing what they did. We crumbled Rome, but Rome was erected again, as you see, in Egypt. I was about to say Egypt, Europe, and in America. You know what I'm saying? And every other place where they rule at. You understand? Well, let's get back into these scriptures. You know, I don't want to stay off too. I don't want to keep going on my tangent. All right. Let me let's get it.
Okay. A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
Come on. We're gonna keep using Satan. We're gonna keep using Satan or being real about it. Let's be real about it. We're talking about the white man. We talking about we ain't understand a so-called Hispanic wasn't speaking Spanish before the Spaniards came. The Levites wasn't speaking French, what they speak now. The Haitians wasn't speaking Creole, another version of French before the French came. You understand?
Right.
The Negroes wasn't speaking English before they came, and the West Indians. We were speaking Hebrew. They got the evidence out there. But, you know, I don't know what we're talking about. You know what I mean? We crazy. But we know the Bible, and you don't. You better always let people know understand that. You can color it so colorful for them. To let them understand that you don't know this Bible. Who are you to fix your lips to tell me that I'm wrong for wanting to separate from our enemy? You wasn't just out there mad. You understand? Marching and all that. You wasn't making your profile pic all black. You wasn't posting all to stay woke and we gotta stick together. I understand this war. I understand because I serve the nigger God in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to just put up a couple of posts and then that's it. We live this in Isupk. Right. Let's keep going. We at what? Verse 50?
Okay. This book of Deuteronomy, 28, verse 50.
Uh-huh.
A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, or shew favor to the young.
Come on, man. We already know this information. And this sister clearly ain't read it. Like, they don't really read the Bible. Christians don't really, like, they read it, but they don't understand the context. You understand? Like, for instance, this is how the Bible is speaking, right? Me and Isupk knew each other. I met Isupk in 2018, right? We can have a conversation right in front of you, and you probably won't even understand what we're talking about. But Abad would. You understand? Abad will understand. Because we all one body. We'll be having a conversation. He might say, yo, the meat was good. Yo, the meat was good in Texas. Somebody be like, what? Dang, what, Texas got some good food? They don't understand. You know what I'm saying? Like a white person. They might try to interfere with our conversation. I'm like, man, your boy was sharp. Like, sharp. What you talking about? You know what I'm saying? This Bible was in context.
Right.
You understand? So they won't understand it. They'll try to go off on anything they want to believe because it's all about having faith is just, you know, loving the Lord is just all feelings. You know, I love God. I'm gonna go celebrate my birthday next week, and then, you know, following after that is Thanksgiving. I'm gonna turn up, family about to be lit. You about to have the biggest ham hog that you ever seen in your life. We're gonna put the apple inside the hog head. You know what I'm saying? My granddaddy said he gonna smoke the ham and the turkey. You know what I mean? And the chitlins. They don't have no faith.
Right.
Meaning that they don't really put in the work for the Lord, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. They don't understand how to really serve the Lord, meaning that they don't understand the Lord. And when you're dealing with these people, you gotta know how to deal with them. You gotta know how to talk. You gotta know how to talk. And that's one thing that any young brother coming up in this truth, you understand? Any young man or trooper coming up in this truth, study the men over you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Study the men that is experienced. Watch those debates. You understand? Watch those debates. Watch those classes. Watch the radio shows, because you start learning how to talk to individuals. Like, I started learning how to talk to individuals. This is the main people that I learned how to talk. This is the men that I learned. Captain Tower, Commander Juliana, General Muhammad, General Hazayan, Captain Tower Ward, Captain Tazaria, Captain Akkad, that was another one. Who else? Officer Tazaria. Who else? Like, I can keep going. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was learning on how they spoke to people, how they communicated. And none of those men never folded. None of them men never lost a debate. And I don't even care if we don't lose debates because we understand the Bible. When you understand this Bible, we ain't gonna lose debates. They gonna come out of nowhere with all this science and all this, and you gonna be like, oh yeah? But you know the Lord say, by the time you're done explaining to them, bottom line is, we got the proof that our book works. Show me that your book works. Right. All right. Hey, brother, brother. Hey, brother. Hey, if you need to, sometimes I know the kids, they might want to get picked up and stuff like that. You can like pace around, you know what I mean, up in that area, you know what I mean, to keep them cool. You don't gotta just sit in the chair with them, just pace around. We just want to make sure that, we able to, secure the premises at all times, But right there is cool, you can walk to the door, walk back, kids, sometimes maybe you want to get picked up and stuff like that. We understand, brother. All right. So let's get back into it, man. You already read that. Let's get to verse 68.
Go down. Verse 68.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Now, hold that. Give me Exodus 20 and 2.
Okay.
All right. Now, again.
Okay.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
Out of the house of bondage. Egypt is the house of bondage. Now let's go back to Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68. All right. Now we're reading that you understand, we went into Egypt again with ships, meaning a house of bondage. How did we get here in America? We ain't get here by we ain't get here by walking. Brother in the back holding the princess. How we get here in America?
Slave ships.
How did the Native Americans get over to the Caribbeans and all in Southern America? Think about it. They ain't walk. What's the fastest travel other than walking back in those times? Ships. You know what I'm saying? We was sold, like the transatlantic slave trade. Don't just think one-dimensional that the Negroes was the only ones getting being sold. The Native Americans, because they knew that the Native Americans knew the land, they would sell them into the Caribbeans. They'll do certain slave trades. They send them to like South America. You know what I'm saying? They'll send some of the Hispanics up here. Like it was making sure that because they didn't want to just enslave the Native Americans, and the Native Americans know the land. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And some of those, I ain't gonna lie, some of those Native Americans was being slave. They was being slave masters too. A lot of the Choctaw Indians was trading on Israel. There was a lot of Native Americans that was trading. It's like anything else. You know what I'm saying? But we got to understand the slave trade a lot more better, right? But it said that we'll be sold. You understand? We'll go back into Egypt again with ships. You understand? We'll be sold into our enemies. Let's keep reading because I don't want to jump in front. I think I kind of did. Let's go.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
Sold unto our who?
Enemies.
Our who?
Enemies.
Enemies. We'll be sold into our enemies. For what?
For bondmen and bondwomen.
Good night. So I don't know what that chick was trying to talk about. This is reality. She wanna be not in reality. You understand? She just wanna feel good, go to church and get a song and a dance. You know, wear her whorish attire, unmodest apparel to church. You don't understand? Hear a couple scriptures and then a song and a dance, and she felt like, God loves me. In all reality, the Lord ain't listening to none of that music, none of those prayers that you was trying to send up to him. Because Christianity is evil.
Right.
You understand? Drop that. Give me Ecclesiastes 3 and 1. I want to go there.
Oh God.
All right, let's wait till everybody get it. Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 1. Abadayah, man, you can tell he really do this for real. He said, what? I get there in 2 seconds. Abadayah, he was like, I got it. Like 1 second, like that night. You know, man, being a trooper, man, that's where you learn how to fight. You know what I'm saying? Pulling these scriptures fast, man. When you up there, you know, working with the reader, I mean the speaker, man, the teacher that's teaching, man. Being on that money, Abadayah understands that. You understand? Like, that's another thing about this warfare, man. You want to make sure whatever you gotta do, you want to make sure that you're doing it well. You understand? Hey, she probably just need a bottle. You know, it's probably getting late too. It's 8 o'clock, so you know they start acting a little real antsy when they, you know what I mean, when they get closer to their bedtime. Little pretty little girl. What's her name? Amira? How you doing, Amira? I hear you back there. You giving Daddy a hard time? I mean, shout out to Amira back there giving Daddy a hard time. Look at her. Oh man, giving Daddy a hard time, but she's like, I'm here though. You know what I mean? I'm hearing the word of the Lord. All right, so we had Ecclesiastes chapter 3. All right, whenever you're ready, go ahead.
Okay. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3 and verse 1. To everything there is a season.
To everything there is a season. You understand? This is going to explain a lot of our brothers and sisters that is into these religions. All right. What makes them soft? You know, I don't like using the term, but when we into these religions, I'm one of those people that was into religions. All right. It makes you gullible. You understand? It makes you naive to the truth. You understand? It turns you into a sucker because you're not understanding that somebody giving you the underhand. You worry about what's up here. You don't even understanding that, they got a knife. They got the gun under the table like this. You ever watch the movie when everybody at the table gambling? People out there, you know what I mean? And it's beef going on at the table. Somebody got the gun under the table. You understand? Aiming it at you the whole time. Are you supposed to be the one that's stupid? Or you already planned, you know what's going on, and you prepared yourself going on to that table. So you might got your joint too. You watch the movie, they got their joint too. They like this. Everybody just sitting up there. You know what I mean? You're not being suckered. You understand? You know what's going on, and you well prepared for it. This is telling you, man, this is time, there's a season, meaning at a time. This is going to explain it, the next one. Go ahead.
Verse 2. A time to be born and a time to die.
Hold on. Let's read from the top because we went past the part.
To everything there is a season, and a time for every purpose under the heaven.
Listen, it's a season and a time for every purpose under the heaven. All right? Meaning that there's a time for everything. Right? Like, for instance, okay, I'm Officer 500. It's going to be a time when, you know, I'm a laid back dude. You know what I mean? Goofy. I like, you know what I mean? It's a time when I'm like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? On some laid back stuff. You know what I mean? I'm not giving orders with a sense of urgency. You know what I'm saying? Like, when we just kicking back doing our thing, I mean, you know, you got the more relaxed, laid back in the car. But when we doing the work of the Lord, I'm like this, right? I'm like, yo, we gotta get this done. It's a time and place for everything. Yeah, you know, when we ain't nothing popping or nothing like that. We all chilling, we fall back. You know what I'm saying? Or when it comes to having to handle something for the Lord, I'm like this. It's a time and place for everything, right? This is certain similar to what we about to talk about, but we're going to get more in depth in what this means. Go ahead, verse 2.
Verse 2. A time to be born and a time to die.
We already know that's self-explanatory. It's time when life is going to come, and it's a time when death is going to come. All right? Let's keep going.
A time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted.
So I know my wife right here. You know, she wanna grow crops. You know what I mean? She gonna know it's a time to plant, and it's a time to get those crops out the dirt. You know what I'm saying? It's the job of a person that farms. You understand? Let's keep going.
Verse 3. A time to kill and a time to heal.
It's a time to kill. When Christ come back, it's going to be a time to kill. You understand? And a time to heal. Right now, man, we are healing our wounds coming into this classes. You understand? We healing our wounds. We getting right with the Lord. You understand? We being reborn. We doing what the Lord requires from us. You understand? We doing what we supposed to do. You understand? We healing these wounds, being out there in the world, man, just doing all manners of evil. You know that we doing what we need to do. We healing. All right? Let's keep going.
A time to break down and a time to build up.
A time to break down, man, and a time to build up. You understand? Like, we can take it in this sense. It might be a time where you might really gotta check a person, right? You gotta check them. You gotta check their head. You gotta really tell them the truth. And it's a time when it's ready to, all right, let's give you that knowledge that you need to know. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you chastising a child, right? You chastise a child, you're telling them what they did wrong, and you coming down on them, then you're showing them this is how you're supposed to do it. You know that this is what you're supposed to do. Do it this way. And this is the result that you get from that. Right? Let's keep going.
Verse 5.
Mhm.
Verse 4. A time to weep and a time to laugh.
Listen, man, you know, now Isupk, man, we, you know, we big on not being emotional here, right? Of course, things is going to upset you, right? It's a time to weep. Sometimes you might gotta get that out your chest. You know what I'm saying? Something going on with you, yeah. You know what I mean? Get it out. You know what I mean? Go ahead. You know what I mean? Do what you gotta do. It's a time to laugh. You gotta remember, it's a time to weep, and then it's that time when you gotta let that go. Go ahead and laugh. You understand? Let's keep going.
A time to mourn and a time to dance.
A time to mourn and a time to dance. The general brought this out when it came to our brother Makata's passing, right? We was in mourning, and we was told, all right, we had our time of mourning. Now, let that brother go ahead and be in peace till he rise again. That's how we handle it. That's how the Lord wants us to handle it. He don't want us to be one of those people, because when you keep mourning and weeping, then you allow Satan to come in. And then you know what happened? What happened to a lot of people in the world? I'm asking y'all in the class, what happened to a lot of people in the world when they just keep weeping and mourning? What eventually happens? What's some events that can happen? You want to give a shot at it?
Yeah. Sometimes they resort to like drugs, alcohol. They resort to getting revenge, killing the people that may have murdered the person you're mourning over.
Right. You know, they want to commit murder. They want to be drug addicts, alcoholics. It's one of the outcomes of not letting it go, right? But let's skip down to verse 8.
Oh God. Verse 8. A time to love.
It's a time to love. It's a time to love, man. Right? Lord says it's a time to love. It's a time for every Black, Hispanic, Native American to love each other. Right? This scripture right here, and what I'm bringing out, it's every Christian, whatever religion you want to believe, it's about this right here. When people think that everything is all love, all the time. Read from the top.
Oh God. A time to love and a time to hate.
A time to what?
Love and a time to hate.
A time to hate. I thought that the Lord wanted us to love everybody at all times. Read that again, brother.
A time to love and a time to hate.
Hey, what happened? What happened, Bob? What happened, Officer Ashawat? What happened, Janae? I thought that the Lord said, supposed to love at all times. Just love. Love everything. You understand? Somebody putting a gun to you, love them. You understand? Just love. Don't be angry. You understand? Don't shoot that dude when you got a gun on you. You understand? Don't shoot that dude that's coming to your house. Love him. Go ahead.
If I could, it just make you think about it. Even like the principle of love and everything, in the Christian church, it really just means for us to forgive and to love our oppressors.
You damn right. Let's give him a hand. That's my man back there. That's my big one right there. Say it one more time so they can hear you.
If I could, with Christianity, the love that they're talking about is really just to love our oppressor or to love the so-called white.
To love our oppressor, the white man. You understand? That is what it's all about. They want you to love the white man. Don't hate the white man. And let me tell you something. Let me give you a little history, right? I wish I had the book with me. Don't got it. It's all right. Malcolm X's father was one of those pastors that white people hated because they knew who the enemy was. You understand? It was a time when Christianity wasn't so soft. Christianity, like those pastors knew who the enemy was. It was like they don't speak about it, but it was pastors that sat up there and knew these people are going to get, they're going to have their day, right? And Malcolm X's father was just that pastor, and they killed him because he was gathering the black people in that town and telling them, yo, we gotta stand strong. Don't be afraid of these white people. You understand? He was a stand-up black man at the end of the day. Now when you look at Christianity, they tell you just to love everything. Those pastors back in the day, they used to make mockery. You understand? White people used to make, they hated those black pastors because they had the congregation of black people. And what happened when you got the congregation of black people? They're going to listen to you. Those black people knew who the enemy was. Their version of Christianity was making them love white people and being more dependent on them, seeing them as the superior. You understand? In all reality, they're the inferior. And they know that. That's why when you read this Apocrypha, there's no way in the world a white man can read this and say, oh yeah, this is not talking about black people. It's talking about black people. You read what the Zondervan Bible Dictionary, we always got that in. They know the truth to the point where they tell us that we're not the Hamites.
Right.
We're the Shemites.
Right.
You understand? They know who the Shemites are. This truth is out there. You understand? The Lord showed the Isupk who the real 12 tribes was. All right? So, where is we at? I'm going to keep going off. Where is we at? There's a time, read from verse 8 from the top.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, verse 8.
Mm-hmm. And Isupk, hold for me Ecclesiastes 12 and 10. Brother, sure.
A time to love and a time to hate.
It's a time for love, right? It's a time for love. It's a time when, to speak on heathens, these other nations, it's a time when we can show some love to them. After they get their punishment, right. After they serve their time. When you serve your time, I don't gotta hate you. Show you some love, man. Showing love to them. Well, what did the Lord say? There's also a time of?
And a time to hate.
A time to hate. It's a time to hate these other nations for what they've done to us, man. Right. And what they're still doing to us. Keep going.
A time of war and a time of peace.
A time for what?
A time of war and a time of peace.
Come on, man. This is out the Bible. But people want to always go back to, oh, we're supposed to love everybody. The Lord said out of his own mouth, it's a time for war and a time for peace. You tell me, is it a time for peace or a time for war? Let me tell you something what Christ said. Give me 19 and 13 in Revelation.
Okay. This is the book of Revelations, chapter 19 and verse 13.
Mm-hmm. Now, before you read this, everybody should know that the book of Revelations is John the Revelator he's revealing the vision that he was given from the Lord, right? He's giving you the prophecies of what's going to happen in the ends of times. You understand? What we're about to read is a story about Christ and how he's seeing Christ in the last day of the white man's empire. Keep going.
Okay. And I saw, and he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood.
He was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood. Keep going.
And his name is called the Word of God.
Listen, this is talking about Christ, the Word of God. You understand? The one that is in command, the right hand man of the Lord, the one that the one that the Lord gives his commands to, then he gives it on to the angels and it trickles down to who? To the men of the Isupk.
Right.
You understand? You don't believe it? Look it up. Look at the Lord is all about rank and decency and order. That's what we do here in Isupk. You understand? We keep it in rank and order. Everything.
Right.
Right? Am I wrong, y'all? Do we not keep it rank and order? Everything is in rank and order. The
Right.
same way it is in heaven. You understand? This is our piece of heaven right here. Don't ever forget that. The Isupk is a piece of heaven. Wait, if you ain't never celebrate the Passover, you ain't never celebrated. You celebrated it yet? You ain't never celebrated. Y'all out there, you might not celebrate it yet. Let me tell you something. I'm waiting for Officer Yediah to experience it.
Right.
That's one brother in you that I know that needs to experience that. Like, when I say the Passover in you as well, Salakia, that Passover is the most spiritual event that you have ever been in your life. And what we have in store on the April 20th weekend, I would just say the 20th, because it's going to be phenomenal. Like when I say that it's going to be crazy with brotherhood and sisterhood, and just family just coming together, something that you ain't gonna never experience anywhere on the face of the earth. Seeing a bunch of Black, Hispanic, Native Americans in one area, not fighting. Come on, man. You know that we busting guns. Israelites, man, we bust guns, we fight. You understand? You ain't gonna see not one chick out there twerking. Chicks up there fighting, and everybody gonna be drinking, but we have the spirit of Christ on us. You understand? Straight up. Well, how the Isupk got this all set up, man, that's how you know it's the truth.
Right.
Nowhere else you gonna get this, man. Another thing, ain't nobody gonna ever walk down on us. Ain't nobody gonna ever walk down on us. You feel me? Ain't nobody about to walk down on us. That's a quick sidebar. I just felt like I had to let that be understood. You understand? Because the men of the Lord nobody can just walk down on us and think that they're going to strike fear in our heart. You understand? That's not what we do. We men of war back here, man. You understand? Where we at?
I was in Revelation, sir. 19.
Let's get it. And now, let me tell you something. Our King Christ, he's a warrior as well. You understand?
Right.
Christ wasn't some soft dude, man. So when somebody try to tell you that, oh, y'all Israelites, y'all too hard, or y'all just preach hate and all that, y'all better is all peace and all that. There's no arguing with the scriptures. Y'all better realize, you better tell them you need to stop listening to your pastor. You need to read that Bible and see how Christ was cutting Pharisees and Sadducees. You understand? He was cutting fake Israelites all day in class to the point where they wanted to kill him. You understand? Y'all better understand who y'all want to serve, or y'all trying to serve. You understand? Go ahead.
Okay. This is book of Revelation, 19, verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood.
Uh-huh.
And his name is called the Word of God. Verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen,
Mm-hmm.
white and clean.
Yeah, so John the Revelator is seeing Christ on the horse. You understand? His garment was dripped in blood, but it was white linen. You understand? How did that blood get on him? By killing. You understand? This is the revelation that every Israelite needs to understand. Christ coming back, killing. Why do you think you keep hearing about Judgment Day? What happened when you go in front of that judge and you're getting your sentencing? You're being judged. And you can either, one, get as many, you might get probation, parole, get some years, chance of parole, you might get life. Some people get the chair in certain states. You might get the needle. You might get life. It's judgment. And Christ is the judge. You understand? He's the king. He's coming back, and he's going. John the Revelator see him dripped in blood. You have something to say?
I was gonna say you might get community service.
Huh?
You might get community service, sir.
Community service. Ooh, wait. Let me tell you something, y'all. My times in the world, I ain't gonna lie. They wanted me to do that. Now I'm in the streets. They'd call me a finesser, right? I'll be finessing things and all that. They wanted me to do some community service. I wasn't doing that. I saw that those white people trusted my black behind enough to not check behind me. I said, word. I went there with a suit and tie, and I ain't never stepped forward on no community service, no counseling, whatever they were trying to give me. I was stupid, of course. But yeah, that community service stuff, I just had to bring it up. I ain't doing no community service. You know what I mean? But yeah, they give you community service too, right? So let's get back into it, right? You was holding? Let's keep going.
Okay. Verse 15.
Uh-huh.
And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword.
Out of his mouth goes a sharp sword. Let's see what this does. Go ahead.
That with it he should smite the nations.
Shall smite the what?
The nations.
Shall smite the nations. Meaning that Christ is coming back to give judgment, to smite the nations. Let me get Isaiah chapter 14, verse 1. All right. We're going to run through some scriptures. I'm going to get y'all up to par on these scriptures. We're going to be running through them. You know, like I said, man, there's so much information I can give. There's only but so much information I can give within these 2 hours. But this information, take this and put it in your spirit. Let it be understood within yourself. You understand? Go back home, study the scriptures, learn more, tune into these classes. Because I'm going to tell you like this, man. When you don't realize this truth that was being taught in the ISBK, man, you're going to fall short and you're going to fail in life. Like, I've seen so many people come into the school and then want to leave back out. And then when I see them again, I'm like, dang, you all right? Yeah, man, you know, trying, brother, you know what I'm saying? And let me tell y'all something. I was one of those people. Man, I knew about this truth since what, 2013? I was like one foot in, one foot out. I was just watching a little bit, come to class a little bit, dip. But in 2015, I was trying to be serious. But then I let my lust and all the evil things that I wanted to do overtake me, and I chose that on my birthday. I remember I was supposed to go to class on my birthday, on my so-called birthday. And I sat there on the couch with another pothead, and I was like, man, I'm gonna smoke this blunt. And I smoked it, and that was the last day I went to class. Then the Lord was punishing my behind, and I knew it. Like, to the point where, let me tell y'all something. Being in the truth is way more spiritual than what you think.
Right.
The Lord knew, the Lord let me see his truth, and I tried to deny it. Right? Tried to deny the fight. The Lord took everything away from me. How the Lord took away my fight. I said fight. took it away. How I came across, this is my confidence in God. He took it away. How I spoke to females, he took that away too. How I dealt with females, took it away. I was broken because I chose to serve another God. You understand? I chose to not follow him. So if I'm not following the Lord, I'm serving another God.
Right.
I'm serving whatever God that everybody else is serving. You know what I'm saying? I'm choosing to serve Satan, pretty much. If you ain't serving the Lord, you know what I mean? Got beat up all in the world and all that by Satan and his demons. I came back looking like I got out of a fight with Tommy Hearns on Martin. You know what I mean? I'm like, spiritually, I'm looking like Tommy Hearns. I'm like, kind of look, I'm coming back. I ain't never leaving. I told myself, man, I remember Officer Isupk, we had went to the Passover, man. We was in that joint, we was in that van together. I was talking to him. He was quiet as ever back in the day, too. He was talking, but he wasn't talking. Me, you know me, you ain't gonna be you ain't gonna be an introvert around me. You already know. I mean, you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? What's going on? He was like, you know what I mean? But I made that commitment. You gotta do the same thing too. You understand? Don't be like me and having to learn the hard way. You might not make it back. I know people that I don't think they ever gonna make it back. Now the Lord, this is in the Lord's hand. You know what I'm saying? I never doubt the Lord's hand at all. But you get that chance, man, you gotta take it.
Right.
When you get a second chance, take it. Trust me. The car that you see today, this is not it. A couple years ago. You know what I'm saying? But let's get to it. Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 1.
Okay. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14 and verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob.
The Lord will have mercy on who?
Jacob.
Have mercy on the Israelites, man. The Lord will have mercy on us. You know what I mean? It ain't talking about the whole world. It said Jacob. Let's keep going.
And will yet choose Israel.
And yet choose Israel. Talking about blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, the niggas, the wetbacks, the spicks, the savages. You know what I'm saying? Whatever they want to call us. The hell with them. Go ahead.
If I could, real quick about what you said about when you came back, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was like the same thing for me coming in here. You know what I'm saying? It's like I knew what you was going through by the way you was acting, the way you was talking. So I'm watching you and I'm like, oh, you coming back? When you told me, and I'm like, all right, I understand. I knew that spiritually you just got your behind whipped because you halfway was acting like you was running from something. Like you was like, look, I'm glad to be here. Look, just, what can I do? What's going on? Like you was like with everything, with whatever. Like it was like something scared your behind back.
Let me tell you something. I used to smoke so much weed. To try to cope with what I was dealing with, right? And I'm gonna tell y'all some personal stuff, right? Y'all out there, I hope y'all listening. The Lord was showing me the school way before Captain Amaya Shari came into the school. I was seeing a van parked. I'm from Southwest, so I'm from 57th and Elmwood. Up the block was the projects. I used to see the van parked a couple times, no more than 3 times. I was like, yo. And I was on a spiritual journey, right? And I was always connecting the dots. And in my heart, I always wanted to help my people. I used to do this food drive thing that, you know what I mean, that I'm helping, the food drive that I'm helping with Isupk, with the school. I was doing it. I was doing it through the Christian church. I seen the school. And Captain Amaya Shar, he came into the school. Then I seen the brother officer out Washington. I seen him. The school kept running into me. I see brothers on the train. I remember me and Captain Shapard, I love Captain Shapard to death. You know what I'm saying? He's like a father to me. there was a time I didn't like him because he would always cut me. And he was like this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because he understood my spirit.
Right.
He's like, I got to cut him, boy. You know what I'm saying? Now I love Captain Shapar to death. But it was a time when I didn't understand him. So in my ignorance, I didn't like him. Right? Captain Tower Ward. It's like that's my big brother. He'll tell you, man, the car used to come here smelling like a weed farm, wanted to debate me and all that. Officer Danielle was ready to fall on me. Officer Danielle was ready to fall on me. He said, man, I was ready to throw you up. But the Spirit of the Lord is on Captain Tower Ward, and he stalled me out. Good thing, because Officer Danielle is a big dude. I don't need. Listen, I would have tried to put up a fight. He probably would have knocked me out. I ain't gonna front. You know what I'm saying? They had love for me, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So Isupk, when I started my whole spiritual journey, being so young and naive in the world, it was always there, right? And even when I turned my back, the Lord had mercy on me still. The Lord will have mercy on Jacob. He ain't going to have mercy on those other nations because they got to pay. We're going to read about it right now. Let's go.
For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel.
Listen, y'all see yourself in this classroom? Y'all see yourself tuned in online? You see all these brothers and sisters in the school? That's the Lord having mercy on Jacob,
Right.
and not these other nations. You understand? Keep going.
Kawakah. And set them in their own land.
That's what's going to happen when Christ come back. You understand? That's why he said, man, he would smite the nations. You understand? So that we can be set in our own land. Let's keep going.
Kawakah. And the strangers shall be joined with them.
The what?
And the strangers shall be joined with them.
Oh, let's keep going.
And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
Now, in the house of Jacob, now, let's get it right? Now, some people, they try to play with words, right? They're like, oh, well, a stranger can also be an Israelite. But it said they shall cleave into the house of Jacob.
Right.
I mean that, okay, in the day of judgment, the Israelites going to die right along with the heathens, right? And those that are still remain, if y'all understand war, the Lord is all about war.
Right.
The remnant, the leftovers of the other nations that ain't been killed, they're going to be our slaves. And this is reading about it. This is talking about it. All right? It ain't talking about an Israelite being our captive. It's talking about other nations. When the day of judgment, you're going to die along with the nations. There ain't going to be no Israelite that's going to stay alive.
Right.
Unless you endure to the end. Let's keep going.
Kawakah. And verse 2. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place.
Bring them to their places, man. Put them in a place. You understand? You ever heard somebody say, yeah, I had to put them in a place? I'll put them in a place, man. Put them in a place. Show them where they supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? Sister, you got your clothing line going on. They supposed to be put them in a place. Go put that. Make sure you do this and this and that. You giving them orders. You know what I'm saying? You put them in a place. They're gonna work for you. Abaraya, you might run the wine press. They're gonna make sure that wine, you understand, is perfect. You're gonna make sure that the wine is aged well, that they're using the right measurements in your wine.
Right.
Because if something goes wrong with your wine, they're gonna pay for it. All of them. Because why? You putting them in their place. They're gonna have to serve you. Ashtawat. I mean, Officer Ashtawat back there, who knows? You understand? They might have to be practice dummies for his fight club or something. I don't know. You know, he's crazy. You know what I'm saying? He might say, yo, we're going to use you as a practice dummy. And Officer Ashtawak is going to be showing the young kids how to fight, how to throw a punch. Ashtawak is going to perform whatever move that he want to use on them. And they're going to have to be practice dummies. Him and his whole lineage. You know what I mean? Hey, that family, they the practice dummies for Hebrew Academy and all that. You know what I'm saying? We use them instead of using dummies. We're gonna use them. You understand? And that's that. You know what I'm saying? Put them in their place, man. That's righteous. You understand? That is righteous because the Lord says so. Let's keep going.
Kawakab.
Mm-hmm. It says, bring them in their places, verse 2, up top.
And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids.
So here we talking about war. You Christians don't understand, or you fake Israelites, and you are a Christian according to us. You know what I'm saying? You don't understand war. This is talking about what's going to happen when Christ comes back. All right? And it says that we, Israel, the house of Israel, the lost sheep of Israel that sat up there and endured to the end. You understand? We're going to possess our enemies, not Satan, but our enemies as handmaids and servants. Let's keep going.
And they shall take them captives.
Shall take them captives. How do you get somebody? How do a person becomes a captive, sister? A captive. Think about it. It ain't that deep. A captive. What is a captive?
Somebody else knows.
Think about it. It's in the word captive. What's the root word of captive?
Captive. Somebody else can capture.
Exactly. Give her a hand. Somebody that been captured. What do that mean? Somebody grabbed you behind. You know what I'm saying? In this sense, this is talking about you having to go to war. This is talking about a nation. So we're talking about going to war, killing, doing a whole lot of killing, a lot of blood. We already know what Christ had a lot of blood on him. Christ gonna get his hands dirty. You know what I'm saying? What's that new song that came? That's all. Bring it back in blood. That's what the Lord really. He said, "What? Bring it back in blood." You know what I'm saying? That sword that you got, bring it back in blood. When we go up in those chariots, that's why I love that song. He be like, brr, brr, yeah, bring it back in blood. I said, oh, I like that, John. You know what I'm saying? If a brother in the Isupk made that first, the generals would be dumping that. Definitely General Hazard Young. He liked the music in the school. You know what I'm saying? Bring it back in blood. You know what I'm saying? That's biblical. You know what I'm saying? Not talking about to your own brother, talking about the real war that's going on. You understand? Talking about, man, we gonna sit up there and have these captives, man. All right, let's keep going.
Whose captives they were.
Who captives what they were. What do we read in Deuteronomy? That will be captured. We'll serve them. We'll serve their gods. That's in verse 64. We are one of all things when it comes to them. So the roles is going to be reversed. You understand? Their children is going to be taken from the womb. Oh yeah, you just had that baby? All right, little Timmy about to go to this plantation. We're going to have him being nursed from this white woman that loves nursing the kids and all that. You understand? And training them how to serve us. You understand? And how to keep. She really gets in their head to really serve the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Not to do evil. Yeah, we got you. You know what I'm saying? The same thing they did to us. We was their captives at one point in time. But the thing about it is we ain't going to do the evil thing that they did to us.
Right.
But they will pay, and it will be harsh punishment because And Israel's harsh punishment on us, right?
Right.
You do wrong, you're gonna have to pay for that. You already know the sacrifice. Everything is going back. This is another thing. What y'all gotta understand is this: Christians don't know that the Old Testament still matters
Right.
because we're in grace. We have grace, meaning that we have a time period we don't have to make sacrifices on the altars or put anybody to death. But when Christ comes back and we're in our nation, we have our nation, everything goes back to Old Testament. So you want to go sleep with another man's wife? You want to go sell drugs? You want to have sex with another man on your man? You're going to die. You're going to be put to death. You understand? You do something evil unto the Lord, they're going to give that rock to your brother, your right-hand man. Tell him, throw that down. You're going to have to X out your right-hand man if you do wrong. So if it's harsh to us, it's going to be 10 times more harsh for them. So we don't play that. You understand? Keep reading.
Okay. And they shall rule over their oppressors.
Shall rule over who?
Their oppressors.
Their who?
Oppressors.
Shall rule over their oppressors. So, who's our oppressors today? Somebody tell me in the class. Somebody tell me, anybody. Matter of fact, sister, who's our oppressor today?
Esau.
Esau, the so-called white man in the Bible. Let's give her a hand. She been learning, studying, you know what I mean? Shout out to her. All right, now let's get to verse 4.
Okay. Verse 4.
Matter of fact, pause that. We can drop that. Let's get verse 17.
Okay.
Whoa, no. Hold on. 21. Get verse 21.
Okay. Verse 21. Prepare slaughter for his children.
Prepare slaughter for his children. Now, a lot of Christians, I'm on y'all case tonight, buddy. All right? Y'all think that, or y'all allow white people to say, oh, or Africans, or Arabs, that wasn't us. That was my people. That wasn't my family, and stuff like that. Let me tell you something. It's talking about the forefathers. You understand? And his children. Let's just read it. Let's go. Go ahead.
Okay. Prepare slaughter for his children.
Prepare slaughter for his children, meaning get ready to kill the children. Let's figure out what he's talking about.
For the iniquity of their fathers.
What?
For the iniquity of their fathers.
For the iniquity of their forefathers, man. For the iniquities of their forefathers. Hold Luke 18:7. All right, we're going to end with that. All right.
That they do not rise.
That they do not rise. You understand? This is what the Lord wants. All right. Get Luke 18:7 for me, Bubba Shaw.
Okay.
And I'm gonna read it from the top myself. You know what I'm saying? I love this scripture. This is Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 21. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquities of their fathers. Don't you ever in your life let some white people think, you understand, or let somebody tell you that, oh, well, it wasn't them. It was the people that come before them. If the Israelites can be born into slavery, if we can be born into on those plantations, and we can be born into these conditions that we are under, they can pay for what they done. Because who to say? Maybe our forefathers and foremothers didn't do nothing in the times of our sins, right? As a nation, it could have been it could have just been. Let's just say, Abad lineage, your lineage, and Officer Ashawat lineage. They was listening to the Lord at the times before the Lord punished us, right? But let's say my lineage did it, and many other people, as a mass multitude. Guess what? The Lord is still going to punish y'all. He's still going to punish your lineage too. You understand? It don't matter because we are a nation. Right. We share the same forefathers.
Right.
You understand? Go ahead.
If I could, the way it always makes sense to me is like, you can see this happening in real time in our neighborhoods, right? Everybody in our community don't sell drugs, but your son might not be involved with anything and still get stopped by the cop and beat. Like, he do that when you trying to send him to school. Or brother might have some people he know they do it. You know what I'm saying? And he be with them somewhere and somebody come to rob them and kill the brother that ain't got nothing to do with it, but that's his man's, or he just go down to our children in the next generation. Now, because of what people during this generation did, now all of our children gotta suffer for what happened in this generation. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you see it in real time here, so that just makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So when daytime comes, it's gonna be the same way.
Listen, let's give him a hand. My brother always checking at the truth. You know what I'm saying? Bro, big step in this truth, man. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Y'all understand this, man. These white people is not going to escape from the judgment that the Lord has. You better stand on this truth. You better make sure that everybody understands that the Isupk, you understand that the Lord still breathes on this earth, man. You understand? Because everybody try to put the Lord's name in the dirt. We is not the ones that is going to allow that to happen. That's why when I was speaking to that sister, I didn't care if I spoke the truth. You gonna play TD Jakes while I'm in the car? Oh hell no! You got another thing coming, sister. Let me tell you something. The Lord said, "Prepare a slaughter." How are you gonna say that the Lord is all love and everything is just love your neighbor, but it's telling you to prepare a slaughter for a whole new generation?
Right.
And we gone through it. The Lord let us go through it, so why can't they? It's time to wake up, Israel. All right, you got what I asked for?
Okay.
We're going to end it off with that scripture, all right?
This is the book of Luke, chapter 18 and verse 7.
Matter of fact, somebody, Ashtawak, hold Ecclesiastes 12 and 10. We're going to end it with that one. That's the best jump. Go ahead, brother.
And shall not God avenge his own elect?
Shall not the Lord avenge the house of Israel? Didn't we just read that the Lord would put us in our own place and that he would make our captives, you understand, be under us, and we'll put them in their place as servants and handmaid? Didn't the Lord say that? You understand? Y'all don't want to acknowledge that? Well, it's in the book of Revelation too. Those that leadeth into captivity will go into captivity. Right. And those that kill it with the sword shall be killed with the sword. What happened when Christ come back? You understand? He's doing kill it. He's going to kill. He's going to smite the nations, and all the crowns of every nation is going to be on his head. Right. What does that symbolically mean? Christ is going to rule over every nation. Right. You understand? He's going to rule over every nation. You understand? That's like me, if I go to war with, let's say I go to war with somebody, right? Talk. Let's take it back in the day. We go to war with somebody, and I sit on the throne of that king that I murdered, that I killed, right? Not murdered, killed. Where I killed this king, and I sit on his throne. That is me letting it be known that this is mine, and your people now have to serve me. I think that this Bible is talking about a lot of war, right? It ain't all cotton candy how they try to make it, huh? Right. It ain't cotton candy. This is bloody. You read that book of Deuteronomy, you're gonna see how much blood was shed, man. You reading about millions of deaths that the Lord told. He sent us after other people. But you want to tell the Isupk that we're wrong for being so strong and masculine and telling you to shut your mouth. You understand? Christians create weak men. Right. You understand? They create weak men. They'll tell a man that he can go ahead and cry. You understand? Just cry in front of your woman. Go ahead. That's showing your sensitive side. The hell with that. I ain't crying in front of my woman. I cry before my brother because that's brotherhood. You understand? I'm keeping my masculinity.
Right.
I ain't gonna go to church with no damn suit on. I'm gonna throw my boots on. I'm gonna throw some something that let me be understood I'm a soldier. And my real would tell you, man, I be having to try to force myself to wear some regular stuff. You understand? I wear boots all year long. They was telling me, yo, it's gonna be hot down in Texas. Man, do you understand that I be at camp? You know what I mean? Philly heat is humid. Ain't nothing to me. I'm in camp. I can take the hot, I can take the heat, I can take the cold. Come on, after a while, remember we was going to the Bronx? Good night. The Bronx was beautiful, but it was cold as hell. You know what I mean? It was cold as hell. We sitting there like sharing gloves. And we was doing it all to serve the Lord.
Right.
Raise up Israel. You know what I mean? And what did the Lord say?
Okay. This is the book of Luke, chapter 18, and verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
And shall not God avenge his own elect?
Listen, shall he not? How is the Lord going to avenge his elect? Let me give y'all some truth and knowledge. The Lord is going to avenge his elect. Let me show you his war strategy. One, I'm going to make sure that this truth stay on the earth. Two, I'm going to raise up the Isupk to serve me. I'm going to allow that split to happen. Pretty much people that was weak to fall off. And I'm going to raise Commander Jenny Hanna. I'm talking time period. Commander Jenny Hanna, go look at the tapes. Y'all think that we just big him up for no reason? Commander Jenny Hanna, when he had the school here in Philadelphia, go watch those tapes and see how everybody was glorifying how Commander Jenny Hanna ran it. The same way how we run it today. He made sure that his brotherhood always in the school. He made sure his sisterhood all through the school. He made sure that these offices is ran perfectly. That's how the Lord wanted. Right. So boom, how he gonna avenge us? All right, I set up a sanctuary for every Black, Hispanic, Native American. You understand? I didn't put my soldiers through hell so that they can help other people. These are the ones, you understand, that made it through the fire and that's still cooking in that oven, but they still know I gotta go help my people. So how do we avenge his people? You looking at it right here. You watching this class, you're looking at, take a look in the mirror. He's showing you, I'm gonna avenge you. I'm gonna clean you up. This is about war. Then the Lord saying, Exodus 15:3, I'm a man of war.
Right.
How you gonna understand war? You don't know nothing about it. You don't understand this Bible? The Lord sat up there and raised up priests and prophets out of the dust, man. You know what I mean? We the soldiers in the storm, walking through it.
Right.
He avenging you. He see everything that you've been through with our oppressors put you through. And he's like, I'm going to have mercy on you. You did all that wickedness, you under this and that, I'm going to get you out of the world. Now you're going to come serve me. And guess what? He's going to show you how to endure to the end. And guess what? You're going to see the Lord set out judgment. It's how the Lord is going to avenge you. You want to understand war? Get up in these classes, man. This is the Isupk, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Teaching the truth since 1969. Commander Jenny Hanna. Our job is to teach every Black, Hispanic, Native American the truth of this Bible. All right. My name is Nakar, officer of 500, stationed here in Philadelphia. All right. I'm happy to be able to teach y'all, man. Drop some jewels on y'all, show you some wisdom, some knowledge coming out of the Bible. You understand? I'm going to pass the class over to priest and officer Ashkawa. That's good.